Hey there, hi there, Sagittarius, my Sages, my Sags. Just kidding. Um, but yeah, so I woke up today and I had some crazy dreams. Okay. Um, and I'm not sure if I don't think I even made a video yet, but I got my hair done recently. Shout out to Miss Kelly's unisex salon in Saugerties, New York. I absolutely love my hair, and it's fairy hair. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's these little sparkly strands in my hair, like different rainbow colors. And the light is actually reflecting off it pretty nice, actually. And I got these like little bit side bangs here, and I got like it's wavy, a little bit layered. I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you want to do a style, it's like I just yeah, let me know and I can send you the info. Anyways, I don't know where you're watching from. Whatever, probably somewhere far, far away from me. But anyways, I did want to do your reading today, Sagittarius. And as for the dreams, I mean, speaking from a collective perspective here, not just like my own individual interpretations of my own individual life, I do get the sense that, again, there's been negative attacks on you spiritually, Sagittarius. And it's really not fair, and I really don't like it. So I'm going to be using a magical action spread to pretty much block out any negative energies coming your way. I'm using this runic tarot deck and the magical action spread from this book. Okay. So yeah, let's see what we have here. So a magical action is no different from normal actions. It is often a symbolic representation that is shaped by will and intent, and in turn shapes and affects the world. It is a symbol of real action and carries the same burdens and responsibilities, both ethical in facing the consequences of our choices and in understanding the sacrifices needed by our commitment. Representation of intent. This card is not drawn randomly, but it is chosen by the court. It represents what the court wants to achieve. Okay, and since you're not here, I'm going to choose it for you. And I went with the Chariot. Okay, Sagittarius. So I really feel like this energy is definitely applying to you at this time. I feel like there's a woman here that probably you sought out her help, and I feel like she like threw it back in your face. I feel like she betrayed your trust. I feel like there's also like a man here that went away on a journey, and when he came back from that journey, if you could even say he came back from it at all, I don't think he fully like came back from it. I feel like spiritually here, he brought back a lot of toxic traits and emotional like baggage, I guess you could say. And I feel like there's a woman here that wants to help you. I feel like she wants to elevate you spiritually. I feel like she wants to help you level up spiritually. I feel like she's showing you the way, showing you the path forward. I feel like there's like stairs and steps here that are leading to a much more peaceful, beautiful place for you to feel safe again from these betrayals. So let's take a look here at the Chariot. So the goddess Freya stands in her chariot. Feathered wings appear off her helm. Her long blonde hair blows gently in the wind. She grips a spear in one hand and waves a whip around in the other. She is wearing a breastplate and her belt has two daggers in it. She rides prepared for battle. Her shield sits in the bottom of the chariot where it protects her legs. Her cloak floats behind her as she moves forward across the land. 2 cats pull her chariot. Both were a gift from Thor. One is black and the other is white. The rune for Kanaz appears in the front of the chariot. Freya is the goddess of war and the queen of the Valkyries. It may seem too good to be true to see her riding a chariot on this card, but she did ride across the sky in a chariot drawn by 2 giant cats. Freya was also said to be married to Odin, depending on which stories you read. She is the closest goddess in power to that of Odin. As such, she was constantly on the go and faced many challenges. In tarot, the chariot represents destiny and the ease at which you move to achieve it. Most chariot imagery depicts the driver steering the craft without reins. They have to trust in the beast and pull the vehicle to carry them to the various destinations. While most images of Freya depict her as having her hands on her reins, in this image she appears to be fully in control of her direction without them in this card. One of Freya's duties was to guide the spirits of warriors who died in battle to the Viking afterlife. While many of the dead went to Valhalla, Freya selected some to her hall called Folkvanger. Upright, choose your destiny. Take swift action. Ride with a steady hand. Trust the path. Seize the moment. Reversed, clarify your goals. Gain traction. Have a singular focus. Ground yourself. Following others. Ken as enthusiasm, energy, assertive. This is the rune here, the ancient symbol for protection here. Okay, it means torch, and in runic terms refers to hearth and home. Torches provide lighting while families were inside the Viking longhouses. Yes, and also in my dream there was the woman was leading me, but I mean I consider myself part of my own little like collective tribe here of people who view my videos. So I feel like for you Sagittarius, like this woman anyway, she was leading me to this house for safety, okay? So I could get away from this toxic woman and this toxic man that were trying to cause me harm and trying to cause me problems. And I feel like that applies to you as well, okay? Like I don't feel like my dreams are like they do belong to me. I mean, I'm the one that has them, but since I am a tarot reader, I do feel like the message applies to the person watching my videos as well. So it might have not happened in the exact same way my dream happened, but I do get the sense that there is a house though. There is a place that you feel safe, that you feel like you can take what your belongings that you have and leave these other people who have been attacking you, like leave their stuff behind. It's not your problem anymore. Now it's up to you to follow this path forward. And also the woman in the dream directly told me not to go in the woods. Okay, so whatever that might mean for you, don't go in the woods. And I am getting a feeling that recently there was a man getting like third party that was trying to convince you to go somewhere with him, or he was trying to tell you of his traveling somewhere into the woods, and you were open to it, I feel like at first, but I feel like this dream is a direct warning and message for you not to go in the woods with this person. I feel like they have a lot of emotional baggage, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's not your job to carry their weight for them. It's not your job to fix all the problems that they've had. I feel like whatever karmic lesson was here in this connection has already been way surpassed. Like you fulfilled that. Okay, you don't need to fix anything for anybody. You don't owe anybody anything. If anything, I feel like this person sees you carrying weight, sees you carrying pressure, sees you carrying stress, and I feel like they could care less. I feel like they've seen everything that they've had to see in order to fully like integrate, and they refuse to integrate. Okay, I'm getting. I feel like if anything, their refusal to integrate is a huge red flag. I'm getting. Okay, so it was communal lifestyle. Yes, they're not about communal lifestyle. I feel like they don't know how to be communal. I feel like they could have some antisocial tendencies. And occasionally the rooms would house their livestock. The element of fire was essential life-sustaining tool back then. Yeah, I feel like they know. I feel like anyone who knows how to master fire or flame or hearth or home, I feel like they're being self-serving. They're being a little bit self-centered about it. They definitely have shadow work that they need to do. When you're not, that's not the vibe I'm getting from you, Sag. If anything, I feel like you're a collective type of person where you see the need to start a flame. You see the need to start a fire, maybe not just for yourself, but for someone else in need. And you do it. And I think that other woman in the dream is a representation of you, Sagittarius. I feel like you see someone in need and you want to help them, and in exchange for them helping them, because this woman had a suitcase with her and she needed help carrying it, and I had just left a situation, I just left a toxic situation, but I was still willing to carry her bag for her. You see what I'm saying? There's a communal, collective energy force that you are a part of. These other energies that are actively trying to cause more harm on you. They are not about home and hearth. They are not about warmth. They are not about fire, burning. You want to be around warm, fiery energy. I also had a dream about Taylor Swift, so that was interesting. But anyways, look at this, okay? This means we do what we need to survive. Okay, it was a communal lifestyle, and occasionally the rooms would house their livestock. The element of fire was essentially life-sustaining tool back then. Without it, the cold would seep in and people would die. Yeah, this person is like, I'm getting this third party. This person is not willing to create. They're not willing to do that work. This means we do what we need to survive. Yeah, it is a transformative agent that helps cleanse old and dying, make way for new. Vikings cremated their dead. Vikings knew death and the meaning of sacrifice to the power of fire. If Kenza comes to you, it is time to blaze a trail. Dig deep and shine a light on what is you. You want to forge in your life. When you find it, set the destiny in motion. This is a very visual interpretation here for you to take action here in your life, and also for you to know as well, Sagittarius, that there's a song that you should definitely listen to. I know tarot readers recommending songs all the time, right? But I don't often do that. It's called Serotonin by Girl in Red, and I'll just show you what it looks like. And there's a lyric in here. She says, dig deep. And these are the lyrics. I don't think I can play it for copyright reasons, but yeah. So definitely take a listen to that. And also there was another song I just recently was listening to. This one's called Serotonin. There's another song, and it's this song right here, Radical Optimism. And it talks about serotonin in this. It references it in this one too. And that's like chemical drug that releases like, I think it's endorphins, like to make you happy. I could be wrong, no, but I think so. Yeah. It's a chemical messenger and hormone that carries signals between the nerve cells, known as a natural mood stabilizer. Helps control feelings of happiness and anxiety. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, interesting. Look at this. I feel like certain people around you, Sagittarius, that you may not want to be around anymore, they don't give you a feeling of happiness, and they do affect your nervous system. And I feel like this third party definitely gave you like a depressing vibe. And there's nothing wrong with being depressed. It's just like, I personally, like, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a medical helper. I feel like you're, even if you are though, like when you're trying to relax, when you're trying to just like have a peaceful weekend, and this person brings in their like gray cloud type of energy, it's like that is so not fire. That is so not warm. That is cold, you know? And it's like, I feel like you've been around that before, and I just feel like you just don't want to be around that all the time. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like you're digging deep. And I also feel like this woman in this dream that I had, I feel like the message really is like, don't go into the dark woods. Don't go into someone else's shadows. Don't hide there. Don't hide in their shadows. Okay? And then even this like horoscope here, okay? Um Temptations want to drag you into the pit with whispers and shady side eyes. That's the dark wood. That's the dark forest. Don't go there. Don't fall for it. If you hear something sketchy, go straight to the source. Don't pass it along and don't accidentally share it. The one spicy detail could trash your reputation. Your gut knows when something smells off. Trust it. Fact check everything before you end up facing a pitchfork mob. Okay? So I feel like Sagittarius, like this applies. This applies. And I'm a Capricorn and I'm the one like, doing these readings, but like I definitely know that like somewhere there is like a feeling that you probably have where you can't trust people's like intentions right now, especially when they're talking about like something spicy or something spice related. I feel like you don't need to like entertain that. You don't need to respond to that. I feel like they're a big boy, I'm getting. Like they can handle it themselves. And I don't know why they feel the need to talk to you about it when they literally put in the request for something like that sort. It's like you are the spice. You are spicy Sagittarius. Like if they can't handle the heat, there's a saying, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. They can't handle the heat. They just can't. So, you need to be around people that can handle your heat, okay, Sagittarius, because you are hot, okay? So let's see here. That's why Freya needed an Odin, right? like, yeah. So representation of will, this card and the two that follow are drawn randomly after shuffling the deck. It represents the resources the coin can rely on in order to fuel their action and proceed according to their intent. King of Cups. King of Cups. So you don't need to be sharing all your business with everybody. It says don't pass it along and don't accidentally share. Like you don't need to share this information with anyone else. You don't need to pass it along to anybody else. You can just, exist. Okay. Yeah. King of Cups. And also Lionsgate portal is open right now as well. It opened on the 8th. So this King of Cups, and then I'll read you the Lionsgate portal message that I just received from Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I'm like obsessed with Pinterest. Look me up on Pinterest. I have I just pin all day. I love pinning things. Okay, so the King of Cups, the emotionally master of emotional intelligence here, the master of emotional intelligence here. Okay, this is what you want. You want someone who can pretty much like not just read your mind or not like read you like a book, but if they can sense that you're stressed about something or you're tired or you're exhausted, they're like they want to step in. Like they want to help relieve some of that stress. They want to help relieve some of that anxiety. That is a King of Cups. That is a master of emotional intelligence. Someone who's constantly take from you. That's the a King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so King of Cups. Let's take a look here at that. Let's see. So, the King of Horns is a trustworthy ruler. They rule with a balanced hand and get entrusted with many secrets. Yeah, I feel like you can't really trust these other energies with your secrets right now. This third party. I feel like they're ready to say what's going on with it. Like I feel like they want you to be like sharing everything with everybody, and it's like no, it's like that's not what's happening. A life of battle and challenge has prepared them for a good rule. They take their new station in stride. The hot-headedness of their youth has been burned off by years of battle, and it's now tempered with the clothes of finery. The allure of wealth and the chase of battle no longer concern his attention. Yeah, see, somebody here is obsessed with keeping their wealth, inability to share, not necessarily share with you, but just share that wealth energy in general. They do chase battles, a lot of them. Providing for their clan is his new destiny, and he takes this charge seriously. Examine your beliefs and positions when the King of Horns comes into your world. Question the motivations behind what you do and why. Are you in it for the wealth and glory, or are you pushing forward to build new bridges for a better world? Whatever it is, make sure you're doing it just in kind. Strong role, be optimistic, emotional stability, trust your intuition, honor and poise. Reversed, heartless, stifling, self-harm, mean, and cruel, abusive to self and others. Bind room, bring harmony to your household through acts of service. Water, spiritual power, inner strength. Surging of emotions. Air, intellectual power, ideals and communication, plans and laws. Okay, yeah, sometimes, Sag, you're going to have to be your own King of Cups. You're going to have to be your own provider. You have Freya here. She's got your back. She's there to support you and see it through. This is exactly like what an Odin and a Freya power couple would look like, okay? And we have representation of sacrifice. It represents the understanding that in order to gain something, something must be surrendered. Letting go can be as much as important as to grasp. This is you letting go. Burning it all down. Burning the past. Four of Shields. Okay? I just did a reading for Taurus, and it's all about shielded protection. Okay? From, parasites, leeches, that kind of thing. And, that would apply more so to trolling, people who troll you all the time online if you're online. God forbid you have a stalker or something. So you definitely want to block that out, Sag. Okay. So collectively, all 12 signs are in it right now. We're all in that spiritual warfare energy, and we all each have our own assignments. We all have our own magical actions to take to protect ourselves collectively. And I feel because Lionsgate portal is opened already until the 12th, which is only in 2 days, it's time to get everything in order. It's time to get everything out there, and I'm not talking about telling everybody your business, and that's the opposite of what I'm saying. In fact, I'm saying start to shield up, start to protect yourself, start to block out people who want to know your business and be in your business, and also mess things up for you, and also try to get you to invest all your energy and your time into them, when really it's you have so much already you need to get done, Sagittarius. You do not need to help coordinate their lives, okay? You do not need to help baby them and rub their tummies. I'm seriously getting a big baby type of energy right now. Someone wants you to baby them, mother them. It's cringe city, okay? That is not what you need to do right now, Sagittarius. What you need to do is focus on yourself, get what you need done. And with this portal open, start manifesting your future for yourself, manifesting your goals. What is it you want to do? Where do you see yourself next year? That sort of thing. And now is not the time to be going in the past and trying to help every, man child out there I'm getting, solve everything. Okay? You don't need to help them solve nothing. They are an adult. They need to solve that on their own. Okay? So I'm getting buy yourself some time here, okay? Some time away from that type of energy, okay? So you're letting go of that, okay? Four of Shields. The Four of Shields displays a significant loss. Someone or a group of clansmen have passed. It is time for the Viking to move on and take with them what they can carry. Everything those who died from weapons to possessions burns with the bodies on the longship. This is the right that is passed down from generation to generation. Everything this young Viking knows was handed down from the elders. Now it is their turn to find a new clan to join, to learn and share in the community and learn and grow. And that's the important thing, is learning and sharing in the community. Okay, to teach is to learn is to teach. Okay, that was the message that I received right before the Lionsgate portal opened. So that, I feel like, is what's definitely taking effect right now. Anybody, anything, any place that isn't about learning and isn't about growing and isn't about sharing and is all about take, or, oh, let's look at everybody else's behaviors, but mine are so completely normal. I don't know. Take a look in the mirror. Do some shadow work. Like, really reinvent, like, reborn yourself. Like, integrate yourself. Like, they haven't, I don't think this third party has had their awakening yet. And I think the other two energies that I talked about earlier, this male and female, I think what's happened is that they've been given chance after chance after chance for an awakening, and they still refuse to have an awakening. Okay? They still refuse to integrate. So if that's the case, then by all means, you should definitely follow this, like, Freya energy, this goddess energy, this Odin energy. Taylor Swift is definitely probably, like, one of the top, like, female powerhouses of today's society and culture in the world. Like, lots of goddess energy there, and she just recently got married to like a football player who obviously needs to have great strength in order to succeed in his career. So there's also a lot of other female entrepreneurs, like women entertainers that are musicians or artists. They have recently gotten married. I'm not saying you're getting married, Sag, or go off and look for a husband. What I'm saying is, like, that power dynamic is inside you. That divine feminine, that divine masculine energy. I feel like Sagittarius has finally come into balance here. You have finally, like, I'm getting harmonized yourself. You have finally become whole. And don't give up all of that for some third party that isn't, I feel like they can't even, like, carry your bags for you, like, literally or metaphorically, spiritually. And no one has to, like, do your work for you, but it's like, there's just some, like, basic common, like, manners and, like, stuff that I feel like people just, like, they just ignore it, and then they come up with all these excuses, and it's so negative, and it's like, they really need to do some inner shadow work. Okay, they need to do it. Okay, so give freely. Yeah, someone here doesn't want to give freely. They put up a hard time about it. They're not flexible. They try a new approach, but it's like, there's, like, a cringe factor I'm getting here. Grief of your loss. Yeah, I feel like this person projects a lot of their grief and loss onto you. It's not your job, Sag, to fix their problems for them. Haggle represents the influence of external forces. Yeah, haggling. Yeah. Yeah, haggling. Yeah. I'm getting heckling, haggle, hecklers, that type of thing. So there's going to be a representation of consequences. These three people individually, I feel like, are going to get some kind of consequences for what they've done, some kind of karmic situation happening over there, for sure. However, it's not your job, again, Sag, or your responsibility to take care of that or get the karma. The universe has its own magical way of dealing with that, okay? You, on the other hand, I'm going to read you this Lionsgate portal message, and then I'm going to pull your final card for you, okay? So we have the Sun and Sirius. Synchronized rising is now clearly visible, appearing as two suns in the sky. This activates a gateway between the physical and spiritual worlds. On August 8th, the powerful Stargate reaches its peak position and Orion's belt moves into direct alignment with the pyramids of Giza, opening the cosmic A8 Lionsgate portal. The vortex allows supercharged light codes to flood our planet, so expect the following: higher consciousness awareness, enhanced intuition and psychic abilities, unexpected endings and new beginnings, feeling awakened, energized and in alignment, seeing number sequences 1111, angel numbers 333, 444, 888, receiving prophetic messages through dreams, the ability to instantly manifest and alter your reality, frequent deja vu, synchronicities and spiritual downloads, unexpected transition, and extremely positive transformation. And this was done by Alex Miles and posted on Pinterest. Okay, so again, there's the lion, and I feel like you could. I'm getting deja vu just from reading that. Yeah, the lion again. It's like this is the visualization. This is their journey that you're on. Okay, so Sag. There's going to be consequences for people that are not willing to change or evolve, but for you, I feel like what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to fully feel this Empress energy. This is going to be your reward for all your hard work. Okay, so the Viking women, well, yes, they were moms, right, and like taught, not all of them, but you know, they had kids. Some of them did. They also were taught how to hold a shield and how to protect themselves and wield weapons. Okay, so I feel like you're taking your power back. I feel like your job isn't to like mother and be a mom to like everybody, but it is your job and your responsibility to look after and care for yourself. Okay. The Empress in tarot represents a creator archetype. They contain the passion to make and build, their power to imagine and bring it into reality as a potent idea. Usually, tarot limits the process to giving birth to new life. However, Empress energy is expansive. They are spinners of fabric and the teller of tales, and the artist with an unlimited imagination. They have an eye for design and desires to bring all her ideas to fruition. While While the Empress appears young and tame, they are not. All genders of Viking society were strong warriors. They were all taught how to fight and defend both themselves and their clans with swords and shields. Mothers are fierce protectors when their children are in trouble. The Empress is ready to kill for their child. The finery that appears on the chair and their clothing shows how the Empress has an eye for quality. The chest at their feet shows that they have gained some wealth. Their world is abundant and they won't go hungry. A long staff of hair from the livestock their clan keeps rests behind the chair. This will keep them spinning for many days to come. Abundance, feeling creative, joy, enjoy the beauty of the earth, love yourself, feeling happy and fulfilled. The rune here is Berkana, birth, cycles of life, creativity. Berkana represents the cycles of life. This fertility rune is also connected to the notion of mother and nurturing. The shape of this rune looks like the breasts and belly of a pregnant woman. This rune helps us connect to the rites and passages we face while being alive. Berkana is also a tree rune, and it represents the birch tree. Birch trees grow by seed. Berkana makes sense to appear on the Empress card because of the connection to the mother archetype. They are associated with creativity, creation, nurturing, and taking care of what is theirs. Both the card and the rune represent the cycles and challenges that all mothers bear. If you drew this rune, take care and pay attention and intention to what you are doing. Stop rushing through the process, slow down, and make each move with intent and care. Life is not something to race through. Tend to what you are doing and watch it grow. Okay? And you are watching things grow. And I feel like the consequences of what's happening here, with these third parties, I'm tired. With these third parties, it's like, you don't have to feel like you have to like carry everything. That is the biggest message of today for you today. Whenever you're watching the Sagittarius time, you know, time is fluent here. So I feel like there are people that you can trust. I also feel like there are people that you're not so sure about and you're still sussing them out. And I also feel like you're definitely sure about this male and female that has definitely betrayed your trust time and time again. I think it is very responsible of you to not allow them into your sacred space, into your home, near your hearth. I feel like the third party, again, that's someone I would definitely start shielding yourself from, protecting yourself from, because I feel like you have let them into your home and hearth. And I feel like they broke some rules, and I feel like they keep using like this sort of sense of entitlement um, to act like they don't need to follow your rules, or like they don't need to like act a certain way around you. And it's like, well, you're not trying to control them, you're just trying to say like, this is where I live, this is where what I'm comfortable with, this versus what I'm not comfortable with. So if they don't respect your comforts, they're not respecting your Empress energy, they're not respecting your motherly energy, they're not respecting your you know, this protection that you put around yourself. You know, they kind of want to like, you know, test you a little bit. And I don't like people like that. I don't trust people like that try to test you, um, test your patience, test your boundaries. I don't like that. I rather for you Sagittarius see you interacting with someone with more emotional intelligence than that, more tact than that. I also feel like you should, you know, send them clear, distinctive messages of like, okay, well, you know, like you don't want to engage fully with certain energies that they're giving you because they haven't really been treating you very fairly, I feel like. So, yeah, I mean, you're doing a really good job right now, I think, of like putting those protections in place, um, trusting your instincts here with this Empress energy, trusting your intuition, creating abundance for yourself, staying warm by the fire. I'm getting like around warm, you know, warm energy. I'm getting not so much the cold, distant, ego driven energies. I don't like, I think if they're going to be cold and distant and ego driven, I feel like they're operating from a very shadow uh, perspective. And what you should do with your shadow energies is like, you should definitely be aware of them, be self-aware of them, and then know when it's like it's a good time to be assertive and take control of your life versus trying to control and manipulate others. um so yeah, there's a distinct difference. So people who do their shadow work tend to not be the types of people that try to control everybody, control everything. They tend to be more of those people that are like protective and are actively asserting themselves and showing up a strong um, sense of power and strength, much like the Empress herself. Um, yeah, I feel like this other energy was not acting very Empress like, and I feel like they weren't acting very emotionally intelligent. I feel like they weren't, they were projecting a lot of grief and loss onto you. So the more distance you have from those people, the better. Okay, that is my message for you, and the magical actions to take to protect yourself from spiritual attacks. There you have it. Okay, Sagittarius, take care now. Love and light always. Bye.